Okay, today I want to talk a little bit about a couple of court cases, Burwell versus Hobby Lobby Stores and Costanoga Wood Specialties versus Burwell. The Supreme Court justices ruled against Burwell. They ruled that the provision in the Affordable Care Act that requires for-profit companies to cover contraception in their health plans imposes a substantial burden on their ability to exercise religious freedom. This comes down to two families, the Greens, who are the Christian family that owned Hobby Lobby, and the Hans, a Mennonite family that owns Costanoga Wood Specialties. They believe that certain kinds of birth control are the same thing as abortion. Okay. What gives them the right to foist their religious beliefs upon their employees? What gives the court the right to rule that somebody's religious freedoms are more important than somebody else's? To my opinion, this is an effrontery to the Constitution of the United States. It's an effrontery to what freedom of religion refers to. I don't have anything against religion. Don't shove it down my throat. Don't try to make me believe what you believe. Don't try to make me accept what you believe. I don't even think that this is something that should have been an issue anyway. They won this because they find it objectionable. Who cares? They take away their stores because I find their religious beliefs, objectionable. The Supreme Court should rule in favor of me. This is ridiculous. There's nothing in there that suggests that that there should be any hint of this. It's not like they called their stores the Christian Hobby Lobby stores or the Mennonite Costanoga Wood Specialties. There's nothing religious about their companies. It's a corporation. If they had put some kind of title in there and they wanted to make those claims, fine. But they didn't do it. Why? Because it's better for their business acumen to not necessarily be known to be supporting a particular religion. But if it'll save them a couple pennies, they're going to do it against their own goddamn employees. The fact that they could try to foist this on their employees and win is fucking ridiculous. The fact that the Supreme Court would actually rule in their favor is goddamn ridiculous. All these people out there that are saying impeach Obama, screw you. I don't give a rat's ass what Obama's doing because he's not doing near as bad as we've seen other people do. Why don't we go and look at these Supreme Court judges and get their asses kicked out, because obviously they're not supporting the interests of our country. They're not supporting the interests of our Constitution. They have no goddamn respect for our forebears and what they intended. Yeah, you're conservative. Whoop-de-goddamn do. Do what's right. I don't understand what the hell they thought they were doing. What's next? I mean, really, what's next? You work for a Christian company, and they're going to tell you, oh, well, our religious beliefs say that you have to tie 10% of your earnings to the Christian church, the Catholic Church. So now you're working for this company, you're going to do the same thing. What gives you the right to tell me how I spend my money? What gives you the right to tell me how I allocate my benefits? Because that's exactly what this is. Ruth Bader Ginsburg came out and she wrote a 35-page scathing report against this and said that she thinks that the Supreme Court has actually ventured into a minefield. Her cool points went up immensely in my book. The woman actually has the intelligence and the testicular fortitude to stand up against this, and I appreciate that. I respect that. Jesus Christ, I just don't even know what to say about it. I mean, she kind of said it best, because here's some quotes. The requirement carries no command that Hobby Lobby or Costanoga purchase or provide the contraceptives they find objectionable. Instead, it calls on the companies covered by the requirement to direct money into undifferentiated funds that finance a wide variety of benefits under comprehensive health plans. So, a woman's decision to use birth control benefits after consulting with her doctor can be compelled by her employer, and has been compelled by what they consider a moral action on the part of her employee. When did we stop being the United States of America? When did liberty and freedom stop being part of our credo? She wrote, should an employee of Hobby Lobby or Casa share the religious beliefs of the Greens and the Hans, she is, of course, under no compulsion to use the contraceptives in question. What the fuck? You're going to let these pissant little companies piss on their employees and move against the Affordable Care Act, which, in the end, I don't necessarily think this has anything to do with the case in general. Ginsburg wrote that she believed the Religious Freedom Restoration Act had been enacted by Congress to serve a far less radical purpose than the court had interpreted to be. And she even wrote, mindful of the havoc the court's judgment can introduce, she dissents. Okay. But what did this have to do with? I don't think this had to do with really the Greens, the Hans, Hobby Lobby, Casanoga, or their employees. It all comes back to the Affordable Care Act. It comes back to, I think these conservative judges are attacking Obamacare. Because if you can put all these little exemptions in there, you're going to muck it up, much like our tax system. You're going to muck it up to the point where, in the end, when they go, it's failed, let's get rid of it, you can point to things. You're going to take away from our freedoms. This is utterly ridiculous. Everybody out there, all Americans, should be writing their senators and their representatives to go against this, to in some way shed light on it. It should be appealed. The judges, their decisions be overturned. The judges should be removed. I, for one, will never shop at either company. I'm done with it. You've now tried to force your religion upon other people. That does not make you a benevolent religion. This makes you, in my opinion, a malevolent sect. Functionally no better than a cult. I'll tell you what, I'll ship the Kool-Aid over, and the world will be a better place. And yes, I did reference Waco, so kiss my ass. Okay, this thing is disgusting me enough. I think I'm done, so peace out, guys. I just realized a few of your freedoms have been lost in the ruling on this case. Go America.